Hey everybody, hope you're all having a good day. It's Monday, which means it's time to continue our apologies. It's Attorney Trilogy to play through. Last time we were still on Tournament Succession, and we learned the Drew mission was a fake. The true Drew mission, the one who fabricated that form of evidence in a trial 7 years ago, was Farrah mission, our client. However, she was poisoned in the midst of the trial, and well, in order to learn the truth of that, we need to go 7 years into the past. With Wright's last trial. And that is where we stand now. 7 years ago, with the trial 7 years ago. Let us continue. I will do what I can to get through the trial section first, and then we'll go from there. Showdown time. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time, and only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. Well, it seems I found the partner I've been looking for all along. Over a game of cards? Why yes, over a game of cards. That was how we first met, 7 years ago. 7 years earlier, Phoenix Wright's final trial. Steel Courtroom. April 19th, 9:27 a.m. District Court, Defense Lobby number 2. Whew, okay. It's been a long time since I felt like such a rookie. It's been a long time since I felt like yep. Now to try and relax. Ah, good morning, Mr. Nigmar. I'm sorry to have spurred this on you so suddenly. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. It's what I will cover. The attorney's badge, the important badge for my identity. We can do this, I confirmed it this time. Each attorney's badge has a number engraved on the back. No two numbers are the same. So if you drop it, people will know it was you. Better make sure I don't lose mine. Emergency photo. Important. And the Magpie's autopsy report. Cause of death, single gunshot to the head. Estimate time of death, 11 to 11:30. Jally's Enigma, the client of this case, usually goes by Stasium Zach Gramery. I wonder what that name is. Magnifique Gramery, the victim of this case, died after being shot in the head while in hospital. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared. I understand I'm asking the impossible of you. Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards. And that was enough. Actually, it wasn't. Trust me. Oh, morning, Di. Ah, I'm so glad you came. You okay, darling? Daddy picking on you? I'm fine, as always. You're so boys here to help me after all. That's your man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on. Thanks. My first shows today, after all. Oh, I'm sure it is. What the heck is she talking about? Oh boy. Huh? Me? Look what he started. Look what he started. Here. What's this? Seems fist clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remaining. All those who have supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell. Magnifique Armory. I know. I just got it over down the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important. What's this? A medal for you or some such? Not from the looks of it. What is this? Looks like a page from someone's diary. I'll give it a read later. No, but I'm the quarterback horror. Search paper received just before the child's time. Well, even though I hope you're having a good day. How do you feel about the trial today? We'll get through it somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutors today is a new guy, I hear. Ah, an easy win then, yes? They're calling him a true thorough reading the history at the prosecutor's office. I hope you're getting one about it. Of course, there's one of those every year. Ah, yes. Right, curse. Switching of attorneys just before the trial. I knew it was a difficult situation I put you in. But, allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright. Yes? They will not be able to pronounce me guilty today. So, do your best. But do not worry. First time a defendant's ever given me a pep speech. I'll do what I can. I see you do not understand. You see, it would be impossible for them to declare a verdict. Impossible? Yes. It's not right, Trucy. Yep, you bet, Danny. First look at the case was only yesterday. And the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest. Still, I'll do what I can. For their sake. I believe the curtains will be lifting any time now. I'm in your capable hands, Mr. Wright. I climbed the shady enigma, known as the word of Sack Gramarye. A widely popular magician, star of the Troupe Gramarye. His mentor, Magnifo Gramarye, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in the golden age of stage magic, until he was shot dead. Sack Gramarye is the suspect. April 19th, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 7. Court is now in session for the trial of Sligmy Enigma. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Is the prosecution ready? I was just thinking. Is this what all the fuss is about? Bit of a buzzkill, really. Buzzkill? Yeah, this is his first case. Is that some new kind of crime? One of the worst. This is a trial, yeah? Yeah, he looks a lot different than when he looks like 7 years later. For all the sweaty palms, the pounding hearts. Gavanier's concerts got 10 times the thrill this gigs got. Who are you again? Cliver Gavin. I came to get the party started. Legally, yeah? Gavin? Yep. Gavin? The Fezzary Crystals Gavins! Ah, figured my bro's more famous in this part of town. Cliver Gavin. Lead singer of the mega-hit band, the Gaviniers. You're out of your league. Rock boy. I know what you're thinking. You're out of your league, rock boy. Sure, my debut single, 13 years hard time for love, went platinum overnight. But that's just a hobby to me compared to this, yeah? Talkative, aren't you? I like your fact of your rock accent, by the way. I'm just getting warmed up. Here, Attorney Wright. Perhaps you would be so kind as to fill us in on the case? A tune, baby. Time to call on the opening act. What was his name again? Ah, yes, Detective Gumshoe. Hit it! And you are? Hey, you're the one who called me up here, sir. Name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicide detective down at the Pinnacle. Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see. Hey, you! Huh? Me? Today's the day, pal! Today, I win! And you lose! I've got confidence in my testimony today, see? What? You normally lack confidence in your testimony. Yeah, detective, this is my stage. Candy antics. Huh? All this hey you in and such. And I could care less about your history together. Oh. Very well, Detective Gumshoe. If you want, please tell us about the case at hand. It happened 6 days back. In a hospital, in a room at the General Hospital. I don't know. The facts are as simple as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was a patient asleep in the hospital's bed. The killer came in, put a pistol in his forehead, and BAM! Lights out. Them's the facts. Not so long ago, the victim, Magnificent Grummery, was a famous man. He had the entire country under his magic spell, as it were. Ah, yes, the great magician. He retired years ago, though. Said the name Magnificent to my generation, and you'd be lucky to get a blank stare. Yes, though I'm sure the youngins today know his disciples even better. I dare say Tribe Grummery has made quite a name for themselves. Anyhow, the retired Magnificent has been in the hospital for the last year. What was it? A male ignorant tutor or something? Doing something to his liver, I think? Yeah. A magnificent tumor, perhaps? In other words, he had liver cancer. He had only 3 months left to live, in fact. Alright, his chart rod diagnosed with liver cancer will just make it easier for him. Gave him 3 months. Facts do seem simple enough, but something's not right. The victim's already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven. Why not wait for him to knock on heaven's door? Why shoot him? I wouldn't have put it quite so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit murder when the victim was about to die? Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes. In fact, he was about to shoot up an insulin. When he was shot with a pistol, the syringe was found at the crime scene. Chronic diabetes and cancer? Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, the victim was clearly at the end of his life. Most range of the court record used for administering insulin shots has been washed and show no sign of use. I believe the question before us is clear. I should double check that thing. Okay, yeah, that. Out. We have some. Oh, there we go. I was hit at getting shots. Yes, Magnificent was getting himself the insulin shots. There's no way I could do that. Quit! Magnificent used this to inject insulin. Why are there no traces of it having been used? Something to keep in mind. Then we got new characters. Tracy Nickmer, Zach Armory's daughter, already dressed the part of a magician into the hilt. Harry Gavin, star prosecutor and lead vocalist of the rock group, the Gaviniers. And Dick Gumshoe, detective of the case. And first to examine the scene goes by Detective Gumshoe. Why did the killer have to shoot this time, man? What reason could he have? Very well, detective. Perhaps you can enlighten us So the circumstances of the shooting? Yes, sir. Circumstances. Actually, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. 2 days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. The defendant did bubble sounds of him and shot the old man in the forehead. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene. No doubt about it. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. What? You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting? Those are the facts. I have the letter in question. I have here the letter in question. Oh, damn, I couldn't get the read in time. Oh, here we go. So that's the core backer. Letter mouse is set to shoot him. We'll read that soon. To my beloved student Zach, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtains. Come on the 13th, 11:05 p.m. I will ready a gun with which you will shoot. One shot, score in the forehead. Can I refuse? I both know the reason why. Like the full armory. Very unusual indeed. So, could such a thing as a letter really cause one to pull the trigger or not? I wonder. I the answer to that question can also be found at the end of the letter. Alright. Can I refuse? And we both know the reason why. Detective Gunshoe, can you explain this to the court? Fortunately, even the defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir. One thing bothers me about this. Why didn't he just say 11? Why haven't come on 11:05? Without some specific reason. The devil is in the details. Yeah, attorney. Well, was there some reason? As it turns out, there was every night for a half hour, starting at 11. The victim, Michael Montgomery, was given an IV. IV? There it is in the picture, off to the side of the bed. At 11, a doctor would come to set up the IV. 30 minutes later, he would come back for the empty bag. That happens every night, without fail. So that was the only time they could be without the chance of an untimely interruption? During his IV? Very well. Shall we begin? Sir Ryan, your cross-examination, if you would. What's this reason he can refuse? I wonder. He could have at least mentioned it to me. Oh yeah, Red had no time to prepare if anyone was wondering. He only had like a day. Not even a day, like probably a few hours. Oh, they're still using Sam Riegel's. Oh yeah, right. Letter being traced voiced by Sam Riegel. Just because he got the letter doesn't mean he went through with it. Oh, I disagree. The victim was indeed shot in the forehead after all, just as he had commanded. It could be a setup. But let's not be in such a hurry. Maybe we should let the witness talk for a change? Thanks, pal. Fine. I can play it slow as well as I can play it fast. On with the testimony, Detective Gunshoe. And this letter was sent by the victim? There it is! Gotcha! You're all mine this time, pal. Huh? I had the hiring checked out, of course. It's the victims, no mistake. Ah, I see. Score 1 for the boys! I didn't lose. I was just asserting the facts. So why am I so annoyed?
But a letter or in your own death? Things aren't what they used to be, I guess.
I'm not sure this is exactly commonplace even now, Your Honor.
Wait a minute. I guess I'll keep going by my head.
How can you be so sure? Hey, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal.
Let her think for herself. Get the knocking cracking.
You fail to grasp the concept of questioning, detective.
First, we got this letter.
It says, shoot in the forehead. Loud and clear.
I can see that. I still wouldn't do it.
Well, maybe you need to grow yourself a backroom, pal. You fail to grasp the concept of shooting people is bad, detective. We also find the defendant's pistol at the scene. Pieces of gunpowder receipt, which will show that has been fired recently.
Almost right.
As far as I can tell, looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim. Photo. Maybe there's something in there I can use. They're saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead? Oh. Think of this. I think there's a hole in the prosecution's argument. Please, Mr. Enigma. Shot something else. Looking at this photo, another possibility occurred to me.
Yes?
What does the letter tell us? That the defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse his teacher's wishes?
Bingo, pal!
That's why the defendant popped him one in the forehead. Oh, the defense disagrees. The defendant had another choice he can make.
Objection!
What? And you can prove with this, you can prove that with this photo? I can prove he had a choice, yes.
The defendant might have fired, just like he was ordered, but he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Now let's hear what you're thinking, Mr. Wright. He didn't shoot the victim's forehead. What did the defendant shoot?
This clown doll.
The clown doll.
Here goes a look. See? It's been shot in the forehead too.
Ah! There's a hole in his forehead.
Yes, and the hole in the prosecution's claim.
Objection!
Ah. And I suppose you have a reason as to why he shot the clown doll? He didn't just shoot the doll. He shot the doll's forehead. His forehead? Ah! Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You will shoot one shot square in the forehead. Which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead.
The defense has raised an intriguing possibility. That hole in the clown's forehead, it definitely looks like it was shot. Philip, send someone to investigate this matter. Objection!
I admit, I'm impressed. I expect nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim.
Objection!
Perhaps he didn't have to shoot a forehead, as ordered. But the letter said nothing about whose forehead. This was the only way he had to follow his order without taking a life.
The bullet hole in the clown's doll forehead does demand an explanation. Might very well be a clue. Yet Prosecutor Gavin is right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. Not say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim. So sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is to see the mighty fall. How sad it is to see the novice overconfidence. He doesn't realize just how big this little hole is going to get. It's like the gumshoe! Please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony. So why would shoot the Clyde? He still shot the victim. You mean this pistol? The one in the crime scene photo? That's the one! It's a fine looking gun, so there's no mistaking it. We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from the gun. The rounding marks on the bullets were a perfect match. So, you verified the murder weapon, in other words? You bet we did! Why are you so certain? What part of sand has your head been stuck in all the time, pal? You never heard of Sack and Fallon's quick draw shoot 'em? Huh? What's that? One of the defendant's specialists. Sack and Fallon stand on either side of the girl. Then they shoot. But the bullet doesn't hit her. Instead, they had everything else on stage. This is one of the pistols they use in their show. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it. Many boys and girls join the police because of that pistol, I hear? No. That would explain a lot about the police force. Her Grammy stopped doing that act a while ago. Yo man held onto that pistol ever since. Corporate like to see the pistol in question. You got it, sir. Here she is. Oh, this truly is a blast from the past. It's a stage pistol for magic shows, see? But it can fire real bullets. It looks so much bigger in real life than on TV. Yeah, that can only hold one round. By the way, this pistol's firing chamber is empty. And it shows traces of having been fired recently. So, were there any fingerprints found on the gun? Unfortunately, no. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We might say that lack of fingerprints is, in fact, a fingerprint of its own. Huh? Intriguing point! Well made! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Not well made! Not intriguing! In that case, the court accepts this evidence. The gun is now out of the court. The pistol, sorry. Fires 1 bullets. Barrel marked found bullet with it. Sorry, found infected. No fingerprints found. My grandchild would love to get a kick out of seeing this. But now it's time to return to our testimony. Wait, shot the gun. He still shot the victim, pal. Let me get this straight. You're saying my clan first shot the client, then shot the victim? Hey, not a bad summary, pal. More of a confirmation than a summary. But whatever. That was really more of a confirmation than a summary. But our defense already seems pleased enough of himself. Do these people ever miss a chance to mock me? Well, now that Mr. Wright's gotten out of his system, shall we continue with the testimony? Didn't have time to gather all the details before coming in here. This testimony might be my only source of information. Better pay attention. Read this letter carefully. So, I have 2 things I want to present. We'll start with the letter, and then if it doesn't work, we'll try the pistol. No, not this. Objection! Okay, right. The witness is clearly fault. And that is leading to believe what I was thinking. The gun only fired once. There was one of the others, so I will check. The trickiest cases often seem the simplest. Mr. Gavin, you missed the bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If you had missed that, you may have come to a very different conclusion. Understand? Yeah, but like I just said, pal, after we shot the clown in the forehead, he went on. Objection! Did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not. The murder weapon? Oh! It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds one bullet at a time. Oh! If he had shot the clown in the forehead, he couldn't have shot the victim too. Objection! That's not a contradiction. Not even close. All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot. Objection! Oh, where did he get the extra bullets? They're not so easy to come by, you know. You claim the defendant had one ready. Then prove it to us. Then prove to us how you got it. I had a feeling this wasn't over yet. No, this party's just getting started. I haven't proven anything yet. You know my good looks. I'm starting record sales. An utter lack of humility. Oh, what's this? It seems that the prosecution has another witness prepared. Like I said, Herr Detective, this was just the warm-up act. Now that the audience has gotten a taste of what's to come, they're ready. Ready for what? For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who, you will find, can prove one thing for us. That it was Zach Gregory who shot the victim in the forehead. Farewell. We will pause for a 15-minute recess. This might be my lucky break. I need that 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zach. Court is adjourned. Wait, can't be that. That one was very quick. We only did one testimony. The trial was 10 years ago. We're gonna keep playing. April 19th, 11:21 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing less. We've only just begun. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually. Yeah? I did not think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discover the truth for yourself. I was thinking of you, you know. I think we need less thinking and more talking! That night in the hospital, what really happened? Ah, the way your eyes gleam. Your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You'll scar Trucy. Speaking of which, where is she? You have seen the problem yourself. The letter. The one shot in the forehead one, right? Yes, and the reason he speaks of. I could not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death. Why not? There is something I will not say. For now, at least. What's this? For now business. I have done many things in my life. Some well, some poorly. But this is a cross we must spare alone to our graves. We? You wanted to know about the night of the incident? Finally! This guy sure likes to take his time getting to the important stuff. Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time. I found there upon his bedside 2 pistols. 2? Yes. The one I had used on stage. And the that had been used by my partner, Valent. Oh. For the Sack and Valent's quick draw thing. My mentor had the look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sounds of his breathing. Then I took the pistol into my hand. Cannot deny that my resolve faltered then, for a moment. You faltered? You mean you thought about shooting him? Because there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request, though not his first. So, there were other requests you couldn't refuse before? To be honest, I've not always been steadfast. And I fear I brought this pain upon Trucy. Was Magnavo's coercing his discipline somehow? Or disciple somehow? No. Just what's going on in Trippy Grammary? Yet, in the end, I did not shoot him. Instead, I turned and shot the clown. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket. In your pocket? I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you'll find it to be different than the one in my mentor. Or what were those called? Rifle markings? Yes, well, that is all I have to tell you. Concerning the case. Concerning the case? You mean, there's something else you can tell me? Ha 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 ha. You're a fascinating man, Mr. Wright. Thanks? Yes, there is something. My mentor, his eyes opened. What? Magnavo Grammary? The old devil. He was not asleep, you see. Of course. The gunshot would have woken him anyway. And there we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion. Maybe 5-10 minutes or so. What did you talk about? Mr. Wright? Did I not just tell you? It does not concern this case. Zach Rumry. He seems pretty steadfast to me. Or maybe just stubborn. Mr. Wright! Your presence is requested in the courtroom. Once again, I'm in your hands. Right, let's get back in there. April 9th, 11:37 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Court is now back in session. Your norm says a bullet was found and dug out from the client's head. Well, this is news. And the rifle markings? There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis. Though they did find the weapon types matches the murder weapon. Well, that's not very conclusive, is it? Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness. Your decisive witness? How many times have I heard those words? Though they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think. Oh, don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident this witness will do the job. After all, he is intimately acquainted with the players in our little production. Believe it, being the other half of Trip Grammary's famous duo, Sack and Valent. Valent Grammary? So, you get to meet the great Magnavo's other disciple. Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation. Valent Grammary, magician. And you're the decisive witness, are you? You can prove your fellow student, your partner's guilt? Fate, grand illusion, filled with traps and tricks. Wait! The shooting took place in that hospital at 11 o'clock at night. If you're a witness, does that mean you were there that late? If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes! Okay. I always get the characters, don't I?
Yes, you do. I have an interesting fact for you. See, several days before the crime, my witness received this. That's... looks very familiar. Wait! That's the same letter Stack Gremory received! Yes! Or perhaps I should say, ta-da! Order! 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 What does it say? Surely not the same thing? Perhaps you should see for yourself. Why, it's practically the same! Only 15 minutes difference. Cordyceps is in the evidence. Magnate's second letter adds to the court record. Letter to help on the come at 11:20. This is most unusual. Exactly what is going on? What was going on with you folks? What exactly was your Troop 8 Gremory up to? By which you mean... I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less. Very good question. It's just my opinion, Header Judge. But from these letters, I say he was coercing them, not asking them. We walked the magician's path together, and in doing so, share much of our lives. When people are so close, they're strange, a warping of relations, you might say. Yet this has nothing to do with the case at hand. Which you mean you're not going to tell us? Which makes me wonder even more about this reason they couldn't refuse. Well, let's get on with the testimony for starters. The defendant, Stack Gremory, stands accused. Tell us why. Oh, I'll do more than that. For those where he walks, the Red Rose rises, singing hymns to the miracle that is magic. Fascinating. Though I hardly need to remind you that the evidence could just as clearly point to you as the suspect. The letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene. But the only difference seems to be the destiny of time. Oh yes, so, Eldritch. As every magician knows, timing is everything. I've never seen the new balance as well. Yes. And now it's time to get this party fired up! Night of the crime. That night, I visited the hospital room at the time Magnaville requested. The smell of gunpowder hung in that room, and my mentor has taken his final bow. Yeah. There's a few changes in there. Yeah, I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. I'm gonna see if I can get that for you. Okay. Yet a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss. I give it to the clown. Then I informed the doctor and the police. So you were the one who reported the crime. Oh, okay. Indeed, I would think. This fact alone would clear my name's suspicions. Let's not jump to any conclusions. I don't know. I don't know why they want to keep hitting super heavy samurais. Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusion of this court. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Stack Gremory, is guilty. And if it wasn't Stack Gremory, then the killer was you, Valent. No disappearing act will get you out of that. I'll be smart I'll not talk this time. Hey, if this is something really quick, we might actually have time to finish Apollo the Night. Which, according to the letter, was 11:20. Indeed. Depends on how quick these go.
In magic, timing is everything. Right. Consider the illusion of teleportation. If I were to appear on stage before my stunt double has left, how would that look? Why, it would reveal the fiery secrets of my magic. Now that you've revealed the fiery secret of your magic for all, let's move on. You went at the designated time, and what did you see? So, you were worried for your own safety and all? So you weren't worried about your safety and all? I mean, you smelled gunpowder, yes? What if the shooter was still nearby? I did not consider this, to be honest. It is forbidden for a magician to have a good imagination. Really? Isn't magic all about illusions and imaginations? How about this? You were the shooter, which is why you weren't afraid. Nah, you are the one imagining. It is forbidden for a lawyer to have a good imagination. What does refrain from pausing so suspiciously before responding? My forbidden imagination is starting to imagine things. Which brings us back to this reason. Neither of you could refuse. So it does. And my partner, he did not refuse. But Magnifo wrote the same thing to you. Why could you refuse if Zack couldn't? Because I have a will of steel, of course. I also do this trick where I bend steel bars. So perhaps steel isn't so strong at all. Or perhaps isn't also strong. My bad. But which is it? Mind if I continue? There were 2 bullet holes at the scene. One in the victim and one in the clown. You're saying the one who shot the clown was you? Could you, or could it be the gunpowder? You know, my partner Zack has said much the same thing. Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed murder. I better dig around here a bit more. See what I turn up. So Valent, let me ask you about something else concerning the crime scene. Namely, what's this for the number? How many pistols were there when you entered the room? By which you mean what, precisely? 2 pistols were used in the Sakagami quick-draw shooting, correct? One of each of you? For each of you, sorry? You're well informed, yet only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night. What did Zack tell me back in the lobby? Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into this room that night at the appointed time. I found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket. I see no problem with that statement. Only one pistol was visible in the photograph of the crime scene after all. You picked up that pistol and fired it? Indeed I did. Alakazam! Akasaming! Alakaboom! Is the number of pistols really so important? Why? The number of pistols is quite important, Your Honor. Alright. Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony. What can I do? But obey. Only one pistol was in the hospital room that night. With it, I shot the clown. So, when you took the only pistol there and fired it? That's correct. And that pistol was this one, which was left at the crime scene? Good show, I see you too are a magician of sorts. And you're an idiot of sorts. Do you have an idea what you just said? I see the fire in your eyes as you glare at the witness. So how about heating up this trial a bit? The slow ballads bore me.
I've got a hunch. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe I should ask about something else. There's no need. On second thought, let's run with this testimony for a while longer. So you informed the police. What did you do then? What do you suppose I did? Use my magic to levitate my mentor's corpse, perhaps? I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Can I please answer the question and skip the sarcasm? After my report, I called the doctor and we returned to the room. While we waited for the police to arrive, we discussed stomach medicine. We confirmed this with the doctor. It all checks out. We praised Mr. Fallon's knowledge of stomach medicine, in fact. Ah, it is an honor I do not deserve, but I accept. Both of Neville's students received the same letter. Both admit to having gone to the hospital that night. 2 bullets were fired, and one of them killed Magneville. And to find the cracks in his testimony. I mean, I don't think this one was pointed out because we actually have heard it. There were 2 pistols. Not one. According to the defendant, Zach Armory, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on that table. 2! One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead, and he left with it in his pocket. Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike his hapless clown, we must assume our defendant had some brains in his head. Well, what about what Mr. Fallon has told us? You said there's something about his testimony that doesn't there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense. What might that be? I told you, I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown. That's your story, at least. But the rifle markings tell a different story. Very different story, Mr. Fallon. Recall what Prosecutor Gavin told us. We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from this gun. The rifle markings on the list on the bullets were a perfect match. Mr. Fallon, if you fired that pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead. Order! 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 Well, this is all rather sudden. Objection! What have I done? Prosecutor Gavin? I owe the court an apology. Sorry. Sorry for what? You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The elements of the rifle markings only prove the type of gun that fired them. Objection! But that's not what you told us before. You said you verified the murder weapon. Which is why I'm apologizing to you now. Quite sincerely, I might add. Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth? That was just this morning! I am still young. And I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, we would not be having this pleasant discussion now. On the Grummery? Yes, Your Honor. You were presented to this court as a decisive witness. You've proven to be more defensive than decisive. Objection! You'll see in time. The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. Proof comes next. Care to elaborate, Prosecutor Gavin? When Mr. Fallon entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. As his next testimony will prove. Head right, the real fight's about to begin. Bring it. Very well. Witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what. I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say, 11:20. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligations, then called in the doctor. The doctor summoned the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. And the one in the room at the time was my partner, not me. Those times are rather close, you have to admit. We're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. To use a 10-minute discrepancy as the basis of your alibi. It's easy to elaborate the situation here, Judge. For example, take our debut hit single, 15 years hard time for love. You do the song, press the play button, and it will play for 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Do it 100 times, the result is the same. Our debut single was only 2 minutes and 15 seconds long? What a ripoff! Magic is the word of utmost precision. Hocus pocus requires admirable focus. And in the time of death, determined by the doctor's stir is the inconceivable truth. Very well. The prosecution warned us that we're dealing with rather precious time. And we can expect cross-examination to require the same level of precision. I would hope the defense refrains from its customary broad, sweeping accusations. Lest we blur the focus this case so clearly demands. Point taken. Mrs. remarks will result in a penalty. Hurry on, Mr. Wright. Hurry on. Right. Alright, so anything that we can say, that's right. And that's right, so it's really just these three statements we'll have to work with. You only have 3 statements for you to work with here. You walked in on a murder, and the first thing you do is shoot the clown? The disciple does what the disciple must. My mentor's request, without reason, has caused for me a felt of sorrow. For what would I, fallen be now without him? May the soul of Magnaville the Great find greater peace above. This I mutter to myself as I pull that lonely trigger. In any case, I believe this is nothing more than what we have already learned. I'm still waiting for one of those right moments, Herr Attorney. And run you the basis remarks will earn penalties. Proceed with that in mind. Yes, Your Honor. What a pain this is turning out to be. Okay. Did the doctor say anything concerning the cause of death? Why, yes. I believe he screamed, "My God! He's been shot in the head!" It doesn't take a doctor to notice that. I probably would have screamed the same thing. And I would have penned the requiem that arose in my soul at that hard sight. Whatever happened to good old-fashioned investigation? In any case, I believe this is nothing more than what we have already learned. I'm still waiting for one of those right moments, Herr Attorney. Oh, good. I don't think I'm stepping on a limb to say I have some doubts about this. How could the doctor be so precise with the time? We do usually only get an estimate of time of death, true. I'm not sure I've heard of a verified time of death. Magic prevails in making the complex appear simple, but really it's the opposite. Reality is the opposite, sorry. What appears complex, in this case, it's a simple matter of subtraction. I see another person has done their horrific homework. The point here is the IV the victim was taking. It's quite visible in the photograph of the scene. The call will be heard earlier about the victim, Magnaville Gromery's schedule. Every 9/11, Magnaville Gromery took an IV drip for 30 minutes. I can see that IV bag right there, yes? Now, let's look a little closer. Follow the tube down from the bag to the end. Ah! The needle's been removed!
Apparently, it fell out when he was shot.
Okay. That would seem to be the case.
When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips. Ah! You can just imagine the marine IV liquid. Precisely. The IV liquid functions, for our purpose, as an hourglass of sorts. This is how the doctor determined the time of death. From the amount of remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV has stopped for 10 minutes after administration began. IV report out of the go record. Approximately 10 minutes have passed since the IV began. Okay, it's just the same thing. And so it was when I found and entered the room. 10 minutes have passed since that horrid crime was committed. And this is proof.
Almost right.
Did that seem important? Yes. Well, seeing how it is the biggest clue we have to the time of death, I say it's very important.
Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold the power of arithmetic.
I think I got it wrong.
Very well. The witness will add this detail to his testimony. Sometimes the most magical thing of all
Is the truth. The water of life springs not eternal. The marine IV liquid proves my innocence. I'm gonna save him. We'll press. Did you notice the IV yourself, by any chance? When I first entered that room, the stench of gunpowder still assailed me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead. And then his left arm did I spy, a rose, dripping and wilted. It's for the discarded IV needle. Knocked from the veins by the force of the shot. Luckily for you. If that IV had not been there, why, you might be a suspect. Indubitably so. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color. Your lucky color? Indeed, even today I wore proudly upon my suspect self. It is always with a veil brings me luck. Why then, the second Fallon won their first Magician's Grand Prix. Yes, the third one held by the Association of International Magicians. I was adored in this entire den too. A trophy, a bust. Ah, what a day that was. This is one trip down memory lane no one needs. My lucky color, yes, indeed. And that IV too. I think, just huge, especially for me, Felon.
It does seem to be the case indeed. Mama's alright. Any thoughts in his testimony?
Felon sure looks happy with himself. Okay, how about this lucky color testimony? Let's try a contradiction. It certainly sounds like your lucky color brought you plenty of luck. But not this time. Mr. Fallon, your lucky color betrays you. I'm afraid you've lost me. Right! The syringe color is green! Green. The crime scene, it's green. The witness testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence.
What? Please recall my board at the beginning of the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. His accusations will be duly penalized. You hope this latest accusation is well based.
No, don't worry. I've got all your bases right here.
Okay. Very well, let's hear the defense's claim. Where is your evidence that contradicts Mr. Fallon's assholes?
Right, he said his color was yellow. This shows green. The crime scene tells all, Your Honor.
The photo of the crime scene?
All this talk of color has me yearning for black and white. Clear simplicity. Tell us, Herr Wright, just where is the contradiction in this photo? My pleasure, and I assure you, it's quite simple.
but I can't promise anything in black and white. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. Warrant in this photo contradicts the witness' testimony. Alan Grammary, let's get one thing straight about your lucky color. It's yellow, yes? Kind of takes the mystery out of it, but yes. Nothing wrong with the yellow, Mr. Wright? Yes, there is. Decisively wrong, in fact. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene. What's this? Confusion? Doubt? Tell us, what does your elderly eyes spy? Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Felland. Look at that IV bag! What is this? What? Oh my cheek! It would be hard to call the IV liquid yellow. And I'm afraid no magic was involved in the taking of this photograph. No! Birds and rabbits. Order! 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 What does this mean? Objection! This is some kind of mistake. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Your witness's mistake. The greener they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Alan Grammary, as you reminded us several times, your lucky color is yellow. The IV is clearly not. Well... right, as you probably for reference context for this one. I did Digimon logos last night at the card shop with the random farm I was, and I played the Beomon deck, which is basically just birds. It really didn't help that you basically were watching my second round match. Well, this contradiction can mean only one thing. Objection! And to think, you almost taught me. I see your true colors now. Is Attorney Phoenix right? Okay. Something you'd like to tell us, Prosecutor Gavin? As far as this court can tell us, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence. Yes, a contradiction. One I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright. How do you mean? Hi? Because the witness has made no mistakes. I agree. At the glance, the IV liquid does appear a sort of greenish yellow. But I assure you, the liquid itself is quite yellow. Yellow liquid? How can you say that? As far as you can tell from this photo, it's green. Yes. But what color is the IV bag itself? The bag? You mean the plastic bag on the hook? It looks like I want to say light blue. Precisely. Figured it out yet? Put a yellow liquid in a blue bag and you get green. This, incidentally, is the liquid's true color. I see. Your explanation does have a ring of truth to it. Objection! As I thought, there's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin. What? You might tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave. For you, that is. Grave? The liquid in the IV color is yellow, yes? But how did this witness know that? It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green.
So let me ask, how did the witness know the liquid was actually yellow? I can know. I'll not do it this time.
Order! 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 It's alright, you will explain this at once. The witness clearly knew the color of the IV liquid. Though I'm sure it means something, but what?
I can think of only one possibility, Your Honor. The witness Fallon Montgomery has testified that the IV color is yellow because from the facts before us, the answer is clear. The witness knew that the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he's seen it before, but not inside the blue bag. We've seen it in this photo. He saw the liquid by itself in a clear colorless bag.
Suppose that would have had too, but I'm still not clear as to what this all means.
Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at the hospital? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honor. Objection! I'm afraid I find nothing. So what if he knew the IV's liquid's color? Leave the getting excited over absolutely nothing to our teeny boppers fans, yeah? Objection! The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. A 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sound remaining. Your claim, Prosecutor Gavin.
I remember it well.
However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag.
Wait, I know! An hourglass uses sand, but an IV bag uses liquid. I'm right!
As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the sand for an hourglass, IV liquid enters the patient's body. At which point, like magic, it disappears. However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in. Objection! Let me get this straight, Heatherite. You're saying the witness watered down the victim's IV bag? Not with water, but with IV liquid. That's how you knew the IV bag liquid was yellow. No, wait! I said wait! High-minded amateurs such as myself, as say, to perform such a task. Objection! I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup. Objection! I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag. Quite. Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat?
He has a point, amateur. I at least would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bag.
You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness's face. He added liquid to that IV to throw off the time of death. I'm tired of these fairy tales lacking evidence.
Almost right. Any solid evidence to bring us back down the earth?
Fallon Montgomery, I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in the life of crime. Might I ask what you're strongly suggesting? Magic relies on props. On props become evidence. Our witness was clearly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All you had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was the syringe.
The victim's syringe.
It's the perfect prop for the magically increasing IV trick. And easy enough for an amateur to use. Objection! What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, not a trace of liquid in it. Objection! And don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Galvin? What? The victim had a syringe to administer his insulin shots. There should have been traces of insulin left inside. Well, Fallon Montgomery, As you pointed out yourself, the IP liquid makes the perfect clock. One that you would manipulate when you could manipulate it well. Okay. Like a sarg!
I do believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this child has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. I'm afraid that, while there is doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in that bag, the time of death cannot be proven. And that brings our trial to a close for the day.
Well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this. You can do a little much needed investigation work.
I see that there's no Jackson's course.
Surely there is no substitute for experience. Nothing blinds one to the truth so efficiently. Back to police art. A word to the wise. Underestimate the young and they'll sweep your feet right from under you. In a way you'll never ever expect it. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking. What's he talking about? You said the witness used a syringe to manipulate the level of the IV liquid. But there is no proof. There's no proof he didn't do it either. Yes, quite true. Huh? He's admitting it? Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I hoped. This I admit, after all. Why linger in the past when the future holds so much?
You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin?
Brief hit, our judge. I have another way to prove my claim. With evidence, no less.
What's this?
This is the victim, Magda Montgomery's diary. Diary? After going into the hospital, Magda began writing his memoirs, it seems. The story of his birth, his starring debut, and of meeting his disciples. It seems he intended for the last chapter to the end, quite appropriately, with his death. Wait, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request? Sadly, it does not. What's important here is on the last page. Apparently, the victim wrote in his journal that night, even after the IV began at 11 p.m. Let's read it, shall we? Hey, there's a page, Mason.
This does appear to have been written
Just before Seth. Night ice feeling. Maybe the last. I will leave the rest to them. The first should come soon. This journal may end here or may go on, but not long. It depends on his hand. All that is left to mine is to lay down his pen. Also have to. That's my turn.
Of course, absence in the evidence.
Magnaville's diary is put out to the court record. Read the very last part with particular care. This journal may end here or may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. Of course, by his. He refers to our defendant, Zach Rummery.
That would make sense, yes. He was the first scheduled visitor after all. Whoops.
But look at what he said before that. This journal may end here or may go on. It may go on. Magda Montgomery intended to write again. That is, if Zach Army didn't pull the trigger. I see the defense understands the meaning of this. The victim's diary does not go on. It ends. Because Magdaville's life was brought to an end by the defendant, Zach Rummery.
Order! Prosecutor Galvin! Are you certain that Magdaville Montgomery wrote this?
Okay. There is no mistaking his handwriting.
Well, this does seem to be significant. According to this, Magnum did indeed to continue his story. Intend to continue saying. Yet, if his story ends here, which plainly it did,
then the one who pulled the trigger was the first visitor, Zach Grammary. Well, how do you like me now, head right? Still too green for your taste? He's right about the diary being pretty clear. Still, I find it hard to believe. He overlooked such an obvious problem with his precious evidence.
Well, Mr. Wright, the witness testimony we've heard was lacking, but put together with this evidence, it seems quite significant for a case.
If the diary is accepted like this, the trial's over. Maybe it's time for me to show them something. Gonna have to. We got some. I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence.
What? You have some evidence in that overturns this diary?
It's not too late to rethink this and avoid more embarrassments.
Very well. Please show us your evidence, Mr. Wright.
Incidentally, don't even think of showing us this diary I've just shown to the court. Now that we've come this far, I hope you have something a little more decisive. Show us evidence that proves the victim continued writing his diary. Alright, I'll be happy to. The decisive evidence proving that the diary didn't end with this page is... this page that we got from the report of trial. First, take a closer look at this diary. Note that the page has clearly been ripped out.
What's this? I haven't noticed that at all.
That's why we're still here talking about this. And it just so happens, I have what I believe to be the missing page.
I don't believe it!
Looking at this page, it's hard to imagine that the first visitor that night shot the Grammary. That's the defense's position.
Wait! Let me see that! What in Sam Hill? Why, this is a continuation of the victim's story!
Note the torn edge of the page. It's a perfect match with the torn remains of the last page in Magnum's diary. Why, remarkable. Would you care to explain what all this means, head attorney? That the diary continues after his first visitor came. Sorry. Which means that the victim was still alive after Zach Grammary left, leaving no one to take his life but the second visitor. Gallant Grammary! No.
No! The handwriting too matches up on the other page. This is without doubt the genuine article. Order! Order! Order!
But wait! That's impossible! You know, man couldn't have written that.
Oh, man couldn't have written that.
Objection!
Finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, head right? Resist what? Presenting solid evidence? Herr Judge?
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin?
Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness.
Prosecutor Gavin! This evidence overturns the current witnesses!
I ask only to put it on hold. Please, my new witness has a very, very important piece of testimony to give. 5 minutes. No more. I promise, Your Honor.
Well, if you put it that way, Mr. Wright, what's your take on this?
Well, Your Honor, judging from his enthusiasm, We'll have to hear this new testimony sooner or later anyway. So it might as well be sooner.
Then, this is highly irregular. We'll put the current cross-station on hold. The witness may step down. Now, Prosecutor Gavin, bring this surprise witness to the courtroom.
I have bad feeling just then. That ripped out page was too obvious. He must have known. I should have known it was a bad sign all around.
Holding trial with no audience is the first, even for me. Prosecutor Gavin?
I beg the court's understanding. But I had to make a judicial deal. A judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony. A judiciary deal? The details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say. I thought it would be best to contain the information to this room.
Very well. And you are the witness I gather?
Yes, sir. State your name and occupation for the record. My name's Drew Measham. I'm a painter.
A painter? You are somehow related to this case?
No, well, not per se. I have one simple question for this witness. Mr. Measham, was it? Do you know what this is? Oh, yeah. I know it well. How is that possible? Have you seen this diary page somewhere before? Oh yeah, I mean, I made it. You, what? You made it? Yes. You might call it one of my works. The prosecution's office received a tip-off yesterday. Legal evidence has been prepared for the trial of sack robbery.
Legal evidence?
I instigated an investigation and found this witness. A painter to the world at large, Drew Measham has another side, you might say. He is skilled in making perfect reproductions of certain things. Forgery, in other words. Forgeries?
Well, so we are to understand that this page here is
a fake. Prepared by a certain defense attorney. Objection! Hold it! I didn't prepare this evidence! Objection! Ah, the attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume. But what is he sort of saying? It makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us, Phoenix, right?
This, Mr. Measham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Was it your client?
That, I don't know. What? Most of my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. I make the items they want and receive my payment. That's the extent of my contact with them. Objection! But there's no proof this is a fake. It's a fake. Huh? To avoid just this sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my works. I can say without a doubt, this is mine. Yep.
Mr. Wright! You had just presented illegal evidence to this court! My court!
It was careless of me. That's all I can say. Oh boy! Here. What's this? I don't know. I just got this over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in a blue suit with the spiky hair.
They said it was really important. I still see you trying to get a full finish tonight. It was all a trap. A fatal trap. Is that right? Yes. You have an explanation for yourself? If I did, would the court hear it? Probably not. Fortunate evidence is a serious crime. Presented in the court, a serious mistake. Fatal mistake for an attorney. Fatal too, perhaps, for your client, I fear. Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forced evidence? The answer is quite clear. A guilty one! Objection! Your Honor, wait! I understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime. But you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Your Honor? Another close call, I dare say. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip, everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, ja? I even give you a chance. Too bad you decided not to think before embarrassing yourself. I see no need to further discuss on this. No further discussion on this matter. Special witness dismissed. Mr. Attorney. Yes? Could I ask your name? Phoenix Wright. Mr. Wright? I have seen and studied many people, but none like you. I'll remember you, Mr. Wright. Oh, I deeply regret to have declared a verdict in this way. This trial is over. You have the right to find a new attorney to make an appeal. However, this court must... Ah, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Snack? There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible. I'm afraid the defendant is quite mistaken. I most certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you. Except, tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict when your defendant does not exist? Does not exist? What are you talking about? I am talking about this. What a just bail, Mr. Enigmar? The defendant escaped. Find him quick. Close all exits from the building. On the double. He must not be allowed to escape! That day, in that courtroom, a miracle occurred. The defendant, Shannon Nigmar, aka Sakurami, did not just escape from court. He literally, unbelievably, vanished! Right before the bailiff's eyes. No one ever saw him again, not since that day. This is the Grammary miracle. Dude literally bailed. No verdict was declared. After all, the defendant doesn't assist. That's how it happened. The trial of the magician Sakurami vanished, along with him, for all eternity. The mysteries that remained behind were all solved, however. But not until 7 years later. You know what? We'll continue. I'm going to see if we can try and get this finished. This could be similar to Bridge of the Turnpike. We'll just keep going. Again, it's a finale, so we'll just keep going. Let's continue. That trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. This I know beyond a doubt. The mysteries of the past work their magic on the present. But you'll soon be able to find all of this out for yourself. Which of Magnavo's Garmory's disciples pulled that trigger? Where did the vanishing defendant, Sakurami, go? What dark truths lurk behind the forged diary page? And what about the girl who was left behind? The past left us these 4 keys to unlock unlocking the truth. But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. And all of these questions have found their answers. Final trial will begin. First, you must chase the truth through then and now. Think of it. That's a game. I Finished Right will be your guide through this game. That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence. It ended half-finished when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? As your investigations proceed, the answer will become clear. Oh, and one more thing. There is something I must tell you. As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. My Makatama. What does it do, you ask? That I will have you see for yourself. Well now, shall we begin? Use the L1 R1 to jump between the past and the present. But let's begin 7 years ago, in the past. It's right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play. Let's start off with the right and cool law of it. The nightmare trial was over, and the new nightmare of figuring out what had happened had just begun. I wanted to wake up, to walk away, but I figured I'm the only one who could do this. Probably. Besides, I have plenty of time, thanks to the Bar Association Review Board's decision. It's hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away. 7 years ago, right and cool law office. Oh, morning, Daddy. Ah, I'm so glad you came. You okay, Daddy? They're picking on you? Ha 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 ha. I'm fine, as always. This old boy is here to help me after all. Young man to you. Good morning, that's a cute outfit you have on. Alright. Thanks, my first show's today after all. 2 weeks have passed since then. I called her into my office. Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. You need to start thinking about your future. I did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. So, I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long. Hope. Of course, it's totally your choice. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you like. I could look up some place you might like to stay at. This is so weird. Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you. Huh? Really? So if I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family? Huh? I guess so. Getting weirder. Mr. Attorney? Actually, why don't you call me Nick? Or you can call me Daddy if you like. It doesn't have to be today or anything. Okay, say Daddy. That was quick. Yes? I move here. I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. So thanks, Daddy. Ah. Oh, and this office? It's a little blah. A little color goes a long way, you know. Ah. Oh, and Daddy? You got fired from work, right? Don't you worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through this. Chrissy, how old are you? Oh, I'm it. But don't let appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy. Ah, thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge? Got to. My mentor's favorite plant, Charlie. I guess watering Charlie's my only real job now. Wait! I have a child now! I can't feed Trucy like this! She probably needs more than occasional watering too, I'm guessing. You can still see that hotel from the window here. Every time I look out, I think back to those old cases. I wonder if the food looks different now that I'm not wearing my old badge. I really dig the far view, Daddy. Thanks. She must have learned a lot of words from her parents. An old movie poster hangs on the wall. Finally found out the title after not knowing for the longest time. I actually rented the movie the other day. Cried my eyes out. Ah! Just thinking about it makes me tear up. Wait! It's just allergies! Really? I should show it to her when she's a little older. Wait! What was it called again? Quite the collection of law books. My mentor bought all of them. I used to be too busy to read them. Now that I have the time to read them, there's no need. I can't just sell them. Maybe Trucy will want to read them someday. Nah. My desk. Not that I have any reason to sit there anymore. I guess Trucy can use it. It's great for studying math, English, geography, magic. Ah! I'm not crying. I've got some dust in my eyes. So, Daddy, you got fired from being a lawyer, right? You could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. It's actually kind of hard for me, for Daddy. Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Wait, is that foolish pride? My other daddy always used to talk about that. Actually, that's pretty accurate. So, here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? And no one will be my friend at school that way. Well, that won't do, I guess. I just don't know how much about anything. Sorry, I just don't know much about anything other than law. Or even much about law. You would ask some people. Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead. You mean, like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent? You got me, don't ya? I'm a professional. Professional? Yep. After all, I'm directly descended from the famous Sack Armory. Directly descended. He's your father. Oh? And I am directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright too. Make an 8-year-old just massage my ego. Could you tell me a bit more about your daddy? Sack Armory? Daddy? Sure thing, Daddy. Which daddy was that again? Daddy's so amazing. The biggest star of Troop Armory. And they're big. Armories. They were on television a lot. I haven't seen them much recently. Come to think of it. Big magic happens when you put Sack and Fallon Armory together, you know. Wants to be a giant waterfall? Right there on the stage! And this giant trout swam up the giant waterfall. Let me guess. There was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top. I wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic. I shouldn't have brought it up so soon. I wonder what will happen to me with Daddy and Mommy both gone. Mommy?
Yeah, what about Mommy? I haven't heard anything about Teresa's mother. But I have my magic and a great daddy, even if he is unemployed. No, I think things are going to be okay. I wonder if she'll talk about her mother. So Tracy, you're a professional? Yes, it's like that thing they say. Baby frogs grow up to be frogs. They say that? I always thought it was funny though. What was? Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. I'm stupid. Right, so in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Tracy? That's right. Well, wanna see a trick? You're going to do a magic trick? Actually, listen, I'd like to see your trick. The future of the agency depends on it, after all. That's the spirit. Ready? Here it goes. Ta-da! Hey folks, it's Mr. Hot. I gotta say, it's good to be seen. Yoink! Whoa, what's that? That was startling. The amazing Mr. Hot. Isn't he great? Your friendly neighborhood Mr. Hot at your service. He certainly makes an impression. Doesn't he? I'm so glad you like him, Daddy. Though my routines do get a bit heady at times. Get it? Heady? My friendly neighborhood Mr. Hot nearly gave me a heart attack. The amazing Mr. Hot spun out to the cobra cord. Tracy's favorite trick. Startlingly realistic. Oh, we don't have our Attorney Splash with everything else. Huh. Apologies, a Greenhorn defense attorney. I happened to meet him. I call him Apollo. So Galvin, 25, incarcerated at the Central Pen in the murder. Oh yeah. Okay. Could you tell me about your mother? Mommy, if that's the case, sorry. Mommy was so pretty. She was like an angel up on stage. On stage? You mean with your daddy? Yep. She was always served a second foul and smiling. Then she went away. Went away? It was a grand illusion, but she made a mistake. She vanished, and I guess she didn't know how to get back. Maybe so. I cried then, a lot. That's when Daddy gave me this. Here. This is your mother? She's beautiful. Her name's Palessa Grammary. Oh girl, I didn't know her mommy had gone missing. And now her daddy's vanished too. Right before her eyes. Hey daddy, you won't? Don't worry, I won't vanish, I promise. Right, you can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan. Daddy always says I have a backup plan. I guess all I read as is a backup plan. She's like it's been added to the record. I think that's probably enough for today. Sorry to ask you so much all at once like that. It's okay. After all, we're family. I just hope you're ready. For Right Talent Agency. Opens tomorrow. What? But are we representing someone? Me and you? That makes two, Daddy. I think you need more than that to make an agency. Besides, you may be a magician, but I'm no talent. Oh, I'm sure there's something you're good at. Well, when you put it that way. You mean you don't have any tricks? No old standbys? This will not do. A boy should always have a trick or two up in his pocket. Okay, I'll think of something. That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow, Daddy. Welcome to the team, Daddy-o. Team Bright. Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Tracy became Tracy Wright, my daughter.
To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trissy, happy, smiling Trissy, she was my light. Let's head to the defendant lobby number 2. I just want to check that picture. 7 years ago, District Court, defendant lobby number 2. Okay, didn't think I'd be back here for a while. I don't want to have to remember that day. Hang on a day. Oh, I deeply regret to have declared a verdict in this way. This trial's over. Ah, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Zhang? There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. What are you talking about? I'm talking about this! You just saw that a few minutes ago. Mr. Nigmar! The defendant escaped! Find him, quick! Enough! Those all exits from the building! On the double! He must not be allowed to escape! When I came here on that fateful morning, I still had my badge. Like an amputated limb, I can still feel it itching. Where do I start? I don't have the authority to investigate. Hey, you there, sir! Down on the hands! Floor on your head! Nine! What's the big idea? My ears! No unauthorized personnel are allowed in here. But that would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed. Oop. Strong! I just said that like a what is, sir, and it's usually wrong. Rolled out of the panic, lost all my friends, my girl, even my wallet. We've met before, haven't we? On a kiss 2 years ago? No recollection of that, sir! Huh? For me, working on a kiss is always in the present progressive tense, sir. There was no past, there was only now, sir. Okay, you're the bailiff, right? Yes, sir. Court bailiff Mike Meekins at your service, sir. I've asked to meet the bailiff at this court who let the magician escape. Let me try to make this as absolutely clear as possible for you, sir. It was me, sir. But you were a regular police officer once, right? Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir. Something tells me it's a long story. Let's not go there. So, you were in charge of the security at the time of the vanishing? I'm dying over here! Oh, it's a hard knock life, sir. Thrown out of the panic, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. Guess I wasn't the only victim. I must do this. Well, 2 things. You know, I think this was the lobby I used for my very first kiss. The plants has seemed to grow. The plant has seen me grow from a rookie, an ace, to a has-been. I hate you, plant. Just kidding. I must have seen that painting 1,000 times. Never really looked at it until now. I guess my head was too stuck in the trials. I never had time to stop and appreciate art. I have time now. Okay, let's appreciate. Actually, it's pretty lame. I actually took a nap on that couch once while I was still practicing law. Boy, that was a mistake. I never even sit on the lobby sofas now. I never let my clients sit on them either. It's bad luck. The last time you met, you were a police officer, right? In fact, you're still wearing your uniform. Sir, I wish I didn't have to tell you this. But last year, tragedy struck a rising star at the panic. I lost my case files 4 times in 3 days. They fired me. Wow, that's that takes real talent, actually. They don't know what they're missing. And so here I am, forced to start from square one, a lowly bailiff. But your uniform, I took it with me as a souvenir that day, the day I was fired. That can't be legal. So you were the one who let the magician get away that day? I'm dying over here. I saw a rising among the court bailiffs, full of folk. Then tragedy strikes. Is there anything you can tell me about Sakurami's disappearance? Oh, the humanity! That's enough of that. But yes, I say it was approximately 2 p.m. when I heard the commotion in court. I opened the door to see what might be amiss. The door slammed open, slam, and some guy's face is right there in front of me. Face! So, you saw someone suspicious coming your way? Yes, and I, being a bailiff of a little standing, I gave chase. I chased that silk hat all the way down the hall, sir. I have a diagram of the court building here. Aha! That's courtroom number 7. That's where I was, sir. All by myself. Not only a friend to call my own. Okay, which way did Sakurami run off after bursting through the courtroom door? He went up like this, and around the corner, like that. So, with no delay, I ran after him with no delay. And he turned the corner. I saw the magic man run into the defendant lobby. Swiftly I ran. Following him, I threw myself boldly into the room. Well, I remember it was like was right here because it was lobby number 2, sir. You ran into this room? I don't see any place to hide in here. Believe it or not, sir, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Here in this room, the magician gone, vanished like a puff of smoke. Except there wasn't even any smoke. He was just gone. That's impossible. Yes, like that. That word. Oh, how many times have I said that word? The sound of it causes me indescribable pain. I'm dying. I'm dying over here. Okay, I won't say it again. Promise. But you have to admit, it's difficult to vanish into the air. Did you search the lobby? I searched. Why the pause? There was nothing here at all, sir. That's right, nothing was here, sir. How can he talk so loud and still be hiding something? So Sak was in this room when he vanished? Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. Eyes! That silk red hat, that flowing cape. He ran right in here, right inside this room. Silk hat, cape. That's Sak, alright. But sir, look at the room. There's not a single place to hide. Sir, there was nothing I could do, but nothing, sir. What about now? Have any ideas? Sir! Ideas about what? Exactly, sir. If you don't mind me asking. You have quite a bit of time since then. Has nothing occurred to you at all? Do you have an idea what trick he might have used to disappear like that? Cyclops. I should have known. My Makatama. One of my most prized possessions, which I got during a certain case. It can show me the locks of people's hearts. I can unlock their hearts. They tell me their secrets. The Magatama starts it all. And the Magatama ends it. Let's begin. The disappearing trick. Okay, Mr. Meekins. What do you know? Spit it out. Hey! Hey! What's with that? What's with the atmosphere in here all of a sudden? You know something, and I'm going to find out what. Sakurami vanished from this room. How did he do it? Hi, sir!
Well, sir, I can't say as sir. Why are you so nervous if you aren't hiding something? Well, sir, you see, at the time, sir, I was here on... Listen, it was impossible! What could a little girl possibly do anyway? What did you just say? Sir, did I say something, sir? No, you screamed through that megaphone of yours. There was someone else in the room, wasn't there? Sir, I'm gonna have to invoke my right to remain in a state of not talking. It's okay, Meekins. You don't have to tell me who Sack's accomplice was. I know who was here in this room on that day. Sir! I've never seen that girl until just the other day. Mr. Meekins, I'm not buying it. Sir! Sir, that day, she was here in this room, sir. But he wasn't! You mean, you chased her into this room, not him? Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I learned a thing or two. Okay, just one thing. But was I not to mistake a girl with a 7-foot tall magician? 7 feet? That guy's not tall, is he? You have a point. I find it hard to imagine that anyone would mistake a little girl for Sack Ramry. But you saw something. And there lies the trick. I think you knew what it is, Mr. Meekins. Tell me, does this trick look familiar? The amazing Mr. Hot! What's that? The girl's favorite trick. The amazing Mr. Hot. She used it in a show down at Wonder Bar. Have you been to the Wonder Bar? So... it wasn't a walking dream, was it, sir? Come again? That night on stage, I saw a vision, except it wasn't a vision. It was a hat. The amazing Mr. Hunt! He really assists! I remember it clearly. The details are a little vague. There's Sack Ramry exited the courtroom. I get chased and cornered him into the room, sir. Sack Ramry! Don't even think you can escape Meekins. Down on your hands! Floor on your head! Hello? Something the matter, mister? No, that is... Sir, I'm currently chasing a suspect, sir. Sack Ramry. Do you know him? Oh, I love Sack Ramry. His magic is the best. I'm his biggest fan. I see. That's why you're wearing that costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Sack came into this room. But no one else has been here except me. But he has to be in here, somewhere. Under the sofa, in the trash can, behind the painting, under the rug. So, Trucy was his accomplice. Not to my astonished surprise when, 1 week later, I just happened to walk into a bar and see him. Mr. Hot. I couldn't believe my own eyes. For a while, I thought it had been a long dream. A dream that lasted a week? It wasn't the magician who disappeared. It was Mr. Hot. Sniffle, sniffle. Alright. Though it seemed complex, what really happened that day was quite simple. You were standing by the door, I came Sack. But that wasn't all. Another person got in on the act, and she was standing in front of lobby number 2. Alone with Mr. Hot. And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? So, while you were standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounds the corner. And most likely, runs through the closest door into lobby number 1. This is where you come in. You turn the corner and rather lukewarm pursuit. At that very moment, Tracy ran into lobby number 2. Then, all she had to do was tuck away Mr. Hot, the amazing Mr. Hot. They're right. I knew no sign of him for the briefest of moments. Then I saw that cape stop Granny's red cape fluttering like a cape. Astonishing, sir! All my days of inquiries and making inquiries and chasing inquiries wasted. It was the fact to see them all melting away like an ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die, or the scattered remains of a messy eaten chocolate parfait. Such sweet sorrow. I'm sorry. I had no idea how much she suffered on account of this case. It's an honor, sir. I've apologized to people many, many times. Sometimes more than once. But this is the first time anyone's ever apologized to me! Actually, about that girl. I'm sort of her guardian now. That's so. Sir! You should know that I harbor no ill feelings whatsoever to my harbor. Okay. I let the defendant escape, and that's a stone cold truth. Just another step on my way from singing the blues to wearing the blues. Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great detective come show! Mr. Meekins? This is the free ticket to the show at the Wonder Bar. If you want. It's an honor, sir! Sir, I can't count the number of times I've had taken from me, sir. But no one's ever given me anything for free! Right, I'll see you in court next time then, sir. I look forward to it. All eyes were on Stack Army that day in court. Till some mysterious disappearance. My part of the mystery's been revealed, but the magician remains outside. It would be 7 years before I meet him again. To the Boris Boat Club, where it all began. Present day, Boris Boat Club. I'll be taking my leave now. Still have some work to do back at the office. And I guess I'll go back to my piano. To be honest, it's better when you aren't playing. The frigid culinary dungeon almost feels... This frigid culinary dungeon almost feels... comfortable. Later then. 2 hours left in my shift. Wonder if we'll get any customers tonight. Do you know who I am? Who am I? Who I am? No. If you hum it, I can play it. Just kidding. I don't do requests. How about a different sort of request? You see, I play cards. Oh, a customer. I was just hoping someone would come in and save me from a night at the Keys. I seek a true competition. I've heard the Boat Club is the place for this. Now I see the rumors are true. Is true. And this is a friend of yours? Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a friendly neighborhood newsman. Ah, he will not be playing tonight. When his business is finished, I shall send him home. This competition will be between us, no others. The Rights Talent Agency represents 2 artists. And I'm number 2. I play piano. Well, sort of. It's actually just a front for my real talent. Which is playing poker. Don't ask me how I got started. I don't remember. Okay, but I'm good. Real good.
Huh. It didn't take long for the rooms to get around. Go to the Borscht Bowl Club and if you want a real game. That guy's never lost. People don't come to hear me tickle the ivory. They come to watch me play cards. And is this a CD poker club? No, it's a restaurant. We don't play for high stakes. There's no money involved. But real players carry cash. And they're always thirsty. It's a handy source of income for the club owner. Then let's compete. I'll take you to the room. The hideout, yes? But before we go, yes? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shotty Smith. Oh, and I'm Purcell. Spark Purcell, news reporter. Oh, I'm... No. Phoenix Wright. Huh? You must always look a man in the eye when you make your introductions. You still don't know who I am. Coffee? Man? Ah! Stay in this courtroom. You can't declare me guilty. What are you talking about? I am talking about this! Mr. Enigmart? The defendants escape! Find him, quick! Close all exits from the building! I hate the fact that they have to repeat this like so many times. Oh yeah. On the double! He must not be allowed to escape! You can't be! But you're... Sack Grammary? Yes, the reincarnation act of the century. Pity I have only an audience of one. You... Sack Grammary. This must be a bad dream. In a sense, this guy ruined my life! Peter. We will play soon. Ready the room. I will be preparing the hideout for you. But yeah. Remember, he dies in the first case, so this is right before that happens. Are you really him? The Sack Grammary? Now I am Shotty Smith. Remember this. How many years has it been now? 6? In exactly 3 days from now, it will be 7. I caused you so much inconvenience, I fear. Yeah, you can say that. Is she well? Percy, I mean. She's fine. I've got her working already. Hope you don't mind. I need hardly express my gratitude, but you have it. This is why I have come. That, and to settle a matter of cards. By which you mean poker. Those eyes. Serious. I despise losing the ball of all else. And so, I decided that I will win tonight. No matter what it takes. I know this guy's type. And they're dangerous. Everything about the competition. All else is secondary. Perhaps we should take this time to talk. Before we play. I know you have much to ask me. And I, you... We competed that day 7 years ago too. Ah yes, you must have been surprised. Called to the detention center out of the blue. 2. 1. Showdown time. I lost? It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time. And only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. You chose your defendant attorneys by playing poker. Some are hired, others fired. When you compete, you see a man's true nature. You know what I speak of. I know that you do. Trucy's power. Trucy. She is in a class of her own. For 7 years I've played poker here at the Borscht Bowl Club. And I've never lost once. I'm good. Not that good. I win because whenever there's a big game, I bring in Trucy. And she sends me signals. Daddy, he's got a good hand. You might have a chance if you act quick. Better call him soon. Can you tell me what her power is? Judging a person's thoughts by reading their reactions is a staple in performance magic. Those of Trucy's line possess far greater skills. Her line? Recall if you were the second man to whom I lost. Magnifical Gramarye. That was the first time I learned of this power, as you called it. Wait, so you're saying her power is genetic? It's just in the Gramarye blood or something? Blood. We have no means to this. I am sorry, but it is not something told lightly to outsiders. And there is nothing you need to know at this time. It's some kind of Gramarye secret then. Fine! Okay. She's 15 this year. She's still trying her best to follow in your footsteps, you know. I see. When I planned my disappearing act, it was the thought of her alone that gave me pause. Wait, you were planning on vanishing from the get-go? Yes, and for that, I must apologize. However, I could not be found guilty that day. Because of this. This? The transferal of rights. You see the signature? Transferal? That's Magnifical's Gramarye's signature, isn't it? I hereby give all rights, the secrets, staging, and performance of magic to the recipient named below. Recipient Gramarye, Magnifical Gramarye. I hereby give all my rights and... Oh, I just literally just did that. There's his name is you, Gramarye. Yes, it is I. Wait! This page looks torn. You recall the diary, yes? First, take a close look at this diary. Note that a page has been clearly ripped out. Has clearly been ripped out. And it so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page. Wait! Let me see that! How could I forget? That scrap of paper lost me my attorney's badge. This is the real page that was torn from that book. Magnifical gave it to me that night. You could have told me this earlier, like 7 years earlier. Once again, I must apologize. It was all I could do to prepare for my escape from that courtroom. The greatest of Magnifical's Gramarye's illusions are true art. As such, they are well protected by this document. Only a spur may perform his illusions on stage. Sounds like a pretty important thing to have if you're his disciple. As his rightful heir to his art, I too wanted a rightful heir. Rightful? I'm sure you know who I choose to be as my successor. Your daughter. That is why I have rested up all to come here tonight. For sale? Sir? Ah, here you go. What's this? A letter passing the rights I have inherited to Trucy. I would have you sign here as a witness. But I'm not a lawyer anymore. And you need a public notary besides. Ah, I may not look good, but I'm a certified notary. You are? By day, I wear notary glasses and hunt for news. Also by day, I wear reporter glasses and notarize. When I take off these glasses, I can't see very well. Your signature, please. This is the first reason I came here tonight. Transfer rights, I'll look record. Document and transferring the rights to perform Gramarye's repertoire to Dollar Trucy Right. Ah, finally figured it out. Now I know why you've come out of hiding only now. It's been 7 years, you said. Precisely. Present the locket, Trucy's locket. This person In the photo is Trici's mother. Here, how did you come by this? Trici showed it to me. He said her mother was gone. Then it is so. Huh? She is gone. What more is there to say? Lots? I know. Oh, you're still here? According to my in-depth research, Trici's mother, Magnaville's Gramarye's only daughter, end quote. What? Magnaville's daughter? Is that true, Mr. Sack? For sale? You say too much. What? Why am I the bad guy? Why? Sack decked him. And I guess, Mr. Right, the discussion is over. Oh, that's a Gramarye. She's the most mysterious of this the whole lot. And you got her more evidence, clearly. Alright. There's a lot of coverage your situation. After 7 years, missing persons are considered to be legally deceased. So if someone wants to vanish from the face of the earth 7 years ago, they would lose all rights as a living person after 7 years from that day. Not to mention all of their possessions. Exactly. Which is why I am here. I wish to show my face in public for the sake of this document. For my 7 years are up. You might say, I am securing my daughter's inheritance. But do you really need this document? Wouldn't Trici inherit your estate automatically? Not in this case, I'm afraid. This case? Yes. I received the performance rights from Magnaville Gramarye. However, this was done in secret, without witnesses. Before Magnaville's death, 2 potential successors to his repertoire were named. Myself, Zack Gramarye, and Falkland Gramarye. Not Trici? See, so you do need this document. I have known Purcell since before I vanished. He is a man I trust. Now, only 3 know of my rebirth. I took the liberty of looking into Trici's background, and found you had no other close kin. It is as you say. Okay. I was kind of hoping he'd say something about the mother at this point. I know everyone else, but Trici's mother, mystery. Well, the prelude may have been longer than the main attraction. But shall we begin our game? My final competition? Final? Why? As you said, I have come out of hiding today to make this document legally binding. Once that is done, I shall slip once more on the ground. But seeing your daughter? It would be best if I did not. Okay. 7 years ago, we played 7 years ago, and I lost. I already lost to Magnaville. Do not care to lose to another. And I have heard that you never lose. It's just a rumor. Yes, for it is impossible to never lose, unless one has an ace up one's sleeve. As a magician, it causes me no end to irritation. I think a mere lawyer might be over there, pulling the wool over so many eyes. Hey, I just signed your document for you. Maybe you could try lightening up? That was that, this is this. For my final competition, I will destroy your perfect record, Phoenix Wright. This would be my final performance. You are warned. This guy's beyond serious. Much for fun evening of cards. Rochelle, you may leave. Ah, but it's your last game. I mean, what a scoop! I punch and I punch, but still, it is not enough. I just remember the future, prior engagement. Toodles, gentlemen. Oh, nice meeting you, Piano Man. Then let us begin, healer. Huh? You will be witness to our competition. It is honor for me. Why haven't I seen her around here before? Ah, that reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant.
He did not seem to notice me, however. Gavin, I believe was his name. You know him? After a fashion? Listen, Phoenix right. One can learn much from a true competition. Remember this. And we know what happened after this. The Grammary power. I was close to understanding it, but I needed more. And I know where to get it. Percy's mother. I need to meet that reporter again. That was clear. One other thing. From the moment my final competition with Sack began that night, a name was running through my head. The name of a man nigh in prison. A name Sack Grammary knew. But how? And why? Solitary Cell 13. Present day, Central Prison, Solitary Cell 13. Well, isn't this an unexpected surprise? What errand brings you down to my cramped confines? Gavin. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix right? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago? My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete, right? You look well, Phoenix right? You too, Gavin. Life has been full of surprises for both of us. I have no doubt you've never expected to lose that attorney's badge. I have no doubt you've never expected to lose that attorney's badge of yours. And I bet you never expected to wind up here. Also, notice that Gavin's lost his attorney's badge too. Shally Smith was the name of the man you killed. Did you know who he really was? Who he was? Sack Grammary, you know, the defendant. I remember him, of course. But you said Smith was Sack? Impossible. Don't even try to tell me it was coincidence. It was coincidence. What did I just say? Life is full of surprises, don't you think? Oh, after that trial, you were arrested and found guilty. But your motive was never made clear. A mistake I planned to remedy. You're not an attorney anymore, Phoenix Wright. What possible conclusion do you think this investigation of yours can lead to? I killed a man named Smith. All because I am an evil human being? Isn't that enough? Not for me, it isn't. I need to know why you did it, Gavin. Some things here. Envelopes have been bothering me since I came in here. It's not nice to peek at other people's mail. You got mail here in jail? That I do. Though to read it first, apparently. Still, I am allowed the pleasure of respondents. Packages and the like are a different matter, however. Looks like sneaking a peek out is out of the question. Nice chair. That's some chair. Just looking at it makes me want to take a seat. Probably have to add a whole digit to the price of one of my office chairs. In here, a comfortable chair is the most valuable thing in the world. You have to add 2 digits to the price of the standard prison issued chairs for this. Those prison chairs don't look so bad either. Maybe I should redecorate. Nice roses. You taking care of this one here? Ah, yes. She's surprisingly delicate, you know. Requires careful tending.
But he is my best friend, as they say. Best? Come on. I have something to feel bad for you. Oh? Of course, she's known the bite I've handled roughly. Your rose bites? I was speaking of the photo next to the rose. My retriever, Pogo, cute, but feisty. Every dog has its thorn. You recall that kiss 7 years ago? Ah yes, the trial where Sakurai pulled his famous vanishing act. My brother won his fair share of praise and adoration for that trial, as I recall. Okay. Genius prosecutor reveals crooked attorney, was it? That was when I met you, wasn't it? Was it now? The Bar Association Review Board voted unanimously for the strictest punishment. Unanimously, save for one dissenting opinion. Yours. It was my brother who was responsible for putting you in that position, after all. For 7 years we've been friends. And yet, I still don't understand you. You're right. Your friendship towards me was never pure. You suspected me then, as you still do now, don't you? Honestly, right now, I'm not sure what I think. You didn't just bring in a guy with a juice bottle for no reason. Tell me why you did it. Persistent, aren't you? I came here because I remember something. The night of our game, Sakurai mentioned your name, Gavin. Ah, that reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant. He did not seem to notice me, however. Gavin, I believe was his name. After that, he was killed. I asked you to help me. Because I remembered your kindness back when everyone has turned on me. I seemed to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should come to that. I have to know. Why did you kill Shady Smith? No, Sakurai. Whoa! Whoa! I've never seen Cyclops like these! Dark. Old. Full of despair. Can I even unlock these things? Something wrong, right? No, it's nothing. You shouldn't push yourself so hard. Life is to be taken easy, you know? He's doing his nails. Yeah, we can't break those locks. You're thinking, what self-respecting man would use nail polish? Not really. I know appearances are a big thing with you. You know what I say? One cannot live a beautiful life without beautiful nails. First rate in all things, except nothing less. It certainly does look like first-rate nail polish. I like that sparkly bottle. It's crystal. If you're so drawn to it, please, have one. It's on me. Nail polish slipped in the pocket. Yeah, so I think we're done here, so let's leave. Let's go to the past. Don't really do much now anymore in the present. So we had to the George Studio. Seven years ago, Drew Studio. Figured you'd come here sooner or later.
I decided on sooner, Dreamisham. Was it? I haven't done anything illegal. I didn't come here to whine about the past offense. Oh, I wanted to ask you some questions. I suppose you have that right. That day, the entire court descended into chaos. Only you stood still, your eyes calmly watching. I admit, it made quite an impression on me. I'm used to finding myself in outrageous situations. Phoenix right, was it? I'll answer what I can. I'm not sure, but it feels like I'm being watched. Intensely. Ah, this is my daughter. Farah, say hello. She's gone. Shall we begin then? Judging from this place, you're a painter? Not sadly. A profitable one. I've never sold a painting. It's a source of considerable embarrassment. I would be able to get by, were it only me. Daughter? Her mother grew weary of me and left. I don't want her to grow up needy, Mr. Wright. That is why I began my other occupation. Forgeries. Don't look at me with those eyes. I know what it is that I do. More than half of the paintings they bring me are stolen. Who knows what my copies are used for? But some of your works aren't paintings, correct? You may not believe me when I tell you this. That was my first work outside of painting. What? I think it would be used as evidence in a murder trial. I never even imagined the possibility. Then why did you take the job? I was well paid. Very well paid. He feels worse about it than I do. The past is hard to escape. Honestly, the sooner I can put this behind me, the better. With apologies to you, of course. Sorry, but it's not going to be quite so easy. He's trying to forget what he needed. Looks like I'll have to remind him. Your work. Don't try to pretend you've forgotten. Sure, all you did was make a copy. That copy might have destroyed the life of an innocent man. I'm responsible too, which is why I have to know. You have to tell me. I knew it'd be difficult to escape this. And let's talk. Well then, ready to tell me about this work you did? It was unlike anything I had attempted before. I guess it would be a little different from paintings. That is not what I mean. In all my previous works, it's sufficient to create a copy. This wasn't a copy? The client gave me two things that day. The first was a simple page, as reference. Second, with the document, I can only summarize what's written by my client. So you use the real writing as a reference to reproduce what the client wrote? Yes, as I said, it was my first job at that nature. So, who was your client? As I said in court, I do not know. Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it were me, I want to know as much as I could about the requester. I never met him. Not personally, Cyclops. Of course. Seems like you're still hiding something. Something about this work. You got enough this time. Okay, you're hiding something. Okay. Let's hear it, then. What are you hiding from me, Mr. Mishim?
I'm sorry, but I really don't know. I've never met the clan.
True, when I asked the clan's name, there were no Cyclocks in sight. Regardless, you're hiding something. You have to be, otherwise it wouldn't make any sense.
Why are you doing this to me?
Well, I've made my stand. No backing down now. So what's Mishim's hiding? I'm pretty sure I can pretty much piece together what it is from what you said.
What is it then?
You told me what you knew about the clan. And I couldn't see any Cyclocks. Psycholocks? Is that some sort of asylum security? Or new rehearsal, perhaps? But then they showed up, didn't they? Who was your clan? As I said in court, I do not know. Really? Even for a suspicious request? If it were me, I want to know as much as I could about the requester.
I never met them. Not personally,
Not personally. Those words triggered the Cyclock. Game with the Psycholocks. I really must know what they are.
So you didn't meet with the clan?
Someone else did. Maybe the real forger behind this evidence?
Perhaps I'm hooked on this lock business. But I'm afraid you've lost me.
Yeah, well, I didn't come here to talk about Cyclocks. As long as I come to the right conclusion, it doesn't matter how I got there. And your conclusion is? The real forger behind this wasn't you, Mr. Mishim.
Poppycock! I don't know what you're talking about. That's my work, I tell you. Made here in my studio. Who else could it have been but me?
That's the real question, isn't it? If the forger was you, then I don't have many other people. To choose from. The real forger of True Studios is your daughter. The real forger is your daughter, Farah Mishim, isn't it?
Ridiculous! My daughter's only 12 years old, Mr. Wright.
I've always been more one for landscapes, not surrealism. Nice comeback. You're shaking in your boots. I've got you now. The only two people with access to the studio are you and your daughter. The Cyclocks tell me you're not the forger, which makes your daughter the only possibility. You're very much on the verge of going Psycholock myself. I don't know how you knew, but you're right. The one who made this page was my daughter, Farah, not I. Okay, she's only 12. A genius, you might call her. John. Maybe we'll stop after this, so this will be one of a few times where we'll stop mid-thing, but we can pick the rest up later. Precarious little girl is sharing her father. We'll finish at least the stuff from True Studio and then wrap up. There's been a lot of that going around lately. I let her play in the studio, and she watched me. She taught herself in that way. The drafting tools and analysis devices I bought when they became necessary. They're my little girl's playthings now. Ah, do I detect a fatherly pride? So Farah was the one who made this page. Who she knew was the clan was then. Would you know who the clan was then? Actually, the clan came once. Here to the studio. What? Why didn't you say sooner? But their face was covered, and they did not want to talk to me. So they talked to your daughter? I will speak only with the artist, the clan told me. No, that little girl is the key to our mystery clan's true identity. I found something here. Alright. Maybe I'll just slide over here for a closer look. That's an awfully small frame. What's this inside it? Stomp? Ah, please don't touch that. I'll get in trouble. That stuff belongs to Farah, you see. She always puts it somewhere she can see. That's second felon. The Grammys, isn't it? The post office issued that commemorable stamp last year. And the Grammys were at the height of their popularity. Not anymore. Neither one of them has found himself to face the earth. Farah went to see one of their shows when she was quite small. She's been a dedicated fan ever since. She watched them every time they came on TV, until the end. You see, that stamp's quite hard to come by, I hear. I still wonder how she got her hands on it. I'll step out to the court records. That's a pretty bottle. Ah, don't touch that, please. I'll get in trouble. It belongs to Farah, you see. She always puts it somewhere she can see. She does that often. There's a light pink fluid inside. Nail polish, I'm guessing. What's this red envelope? Ah! Don't touch that! That's, it's quite important. Painter's face just changed hues. Alright. Guess I better be here, though it's tempting to just grab it. Alright. Let's just talk now. Okay. Okay, what do I do now? Maybe I should talk to her father a bit more. Or is it time to turn my attention to Farah? Okay, Mr. Mission, I have a request. Let me guess. You'd like to speak with my daughter. Okay, can I? My daughter has never been one to talk to strangers. She's quite shy, extremely so, actually. Only one exception, which was, oddly enough, it was that client. I left the studio while I talked. Okay, I returned when they had finished, and she was laughing. It was the first time I'd seen anything of the sort. Please, let me speak with her. Alright. Uh-oh. This could be tough. Farah, was it? I would like to have a friendly chat. I'm Phoenix Wright, ex-lawyer, pianist. I'm still looking for the keys that say do-ra-mi. Can't find them anywhere. I'm no good at this. I need something to get rid of this girl. We have something. What do you think about this? I think I just made her nervous. I need something to grab her attention. What? Oh, right. Maybe I'll just slide over here. That's an awfully small frame. But you can remember a stamp on the Grammys inside. Yeah, actually, let's just talk. Here, was it? I would like to have... Oh. I'm Phoenix Wright. What's... Let's try some... let's try the stomp. And then there's this. Nice stomp. Hey! She spoke! She could talk! Yeah, so this stomp. Can I keep her talking? Isn't Trivic Grammar amazing? Yes? Oh. I especially like those two, Stack and Fallon. I
I mean, they're just so magical. Aren't they? Aren't they? Yeah, whenever I go to one of the shows, I'm like, whoa, magic! You know? Me too! Me too! I love them! They're so cool! It's like magic, yeah! Alright, she's talking. Not say much, but it's a start. I went and saw my father the other day. The opening ceremony at the Grammar Museum of Magic. Grammar Museum? They have one of those? I guess it makes sense now. That they have their own commemorative stamp. So, have you been to one of their shows? Just once, when I was little. My father. The Grammar is on stage. It's like a dream. Disappearing, reappearing, cutting it apart, putting it back together. They do it all. Yeah. Maybe you can keep telling me stuff like this. No, about second found, maybe. Oh, sure. All right. Better get asking before she changes her mind. I don't go outside much. I like the painting here. Why don't you like the outside? There are bad people out there. Well, true, but there are a lot of good people too. Actually, I should tell you. She was almost kidnapped once. Kidnapped?! Instead, she's been, well, you can see for yourself. You refused to leave the house. See. Wait! That doesn't make sense. She says she went to the Grammar Museum. With you, in fact. Ah, yes, actually, she was quite insistent on it, much to my surprise. That was the first and last time she expressed such a desire to me. That person gave me a good luck charm. A good luck charm? For when I absolutely had to go outside. Yes, apparently she received something. A gift. From that client, actually. She won't tell me what it was. Father, I told you to keep that a secret. From that client, huh? This I have to hear about. So your father tells me you're good at painting all sorts of things. I really like painting, a lot. Father is always very happy when I paint them exactly the same. So you did this too? Oh yes, that was my first job. Your first? All I used to do was paint the same thing I saw. But this was totally different. The pen slipped and the way the rector held the pen and the pressure on the lid. I had to use a microscope to analyze it on the computer. She seems happy. Oh, her work was the last nail in the Grammary's coffin. I guess no one told her. They're the best in the world! Huh? Oh, you mean the true big Grammary? Of course! Father gave it to me. Your father? But I asked him about it. He didn't know how you got it. I guess I just took it. Yeah. Took it? Father got a letter from that person. That person? You mean that letter was from the client? Oh, we talked about the Grammarys forever that day. I'm sure I'm sure that's why I was sent the stamp. I know it makes sense now. Whoever sent it, felt backfired. I didn't want to send it back, so I took it. They're a sneaky one, this client. They were trying to get it on our good side. Our stamp updated the core record. Sent from the real client. So, you met the person that asked you to do this job? And you talked with them? What's this about a good luck charm you received? You can't talk about it. Eh? If I do, it won't work anymore. That's what I was told. Yeah, but I really will have to know. More psych locks. Right, time to do the same psych unlocking. Okay, so we're almost wrap up saying. You seem to trust this client quite a lot, in fact. Because they gave you this stamp. Okay. No, that's not why. Hey, listen to me. It's my problem. Problem? That keeps her inside all the time? Don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But, and I absolutely have to go out. All I have to do was use a good luck charm. Good luck charm? That's your client's gift? That's your client gave you? I think I know what your client might have given you, actually. Is this your good luck charm? This was what they gave you, wasn't it? Ah! The same bottle over there is on your desk. Your good luck charm, right? I heard once. Cosmetics were once thought to ward off evil. This is a magic bottle. It has the power. Ah, of course it does. I'll just refrain from commenting any more on that one. I think I know who gave that bottle to you, actually. Who gave you that bottle, actually. The one who asked you to do this job. Was it this client? This man is a friend of mine. Know him? Christoph Gavin. His name is Christoph Gavin. He's a lawyer, actually. I promised not to tell. I'm sorry. I can't talk about the client. Promised. And if I break my promise, the spell won't work. I don't need to name anyone. I got my answer. You're pretty confident in this charm, then. I think they might be the devil. Huh? Or maybe an angel? What do you mean? I saw it. Or I think I saw it. Hey, Jason. Hope you're having a good day. I'm actually going to wrap up soon, by the way. I saw the devil's face. You saying the client's face looked like the devil's? No, the client was gentle. With a gentle smile. So, where did you see this devil then? It was so quick. I don't remember well. But that's when I knew that person wasn't like other people. That's why I believe in my good luck charm. I'm not sure what this devil she saw was. It's pretty clear that Crystal Gavin has her charmed. Well, I think that's all. I'll be leaving now. I'm sorry for what happened. If you want to apologize, try my client, Sakurari. Did I do something bad? What makes you think that? Your eyes. You're sad. Very sad. I'll put on my smile next time I come. Promise. I hope to see you smile then too, Farah. Oh, okay. Take care. Thinking back on my first encounter with the young forger, witnessed something of vital importance that day. Of course, by the time I realized it, it was already too late. Two feet. Oh, I can save it here. Cool. We will wrap up here. We're close to the end, but with the amount of stuff we've got left, I'm going to do this on Wednesday. So we're going to wrap up here. Hope you have a good day. Hope it's a good week. We'll be back on this Wednesday, and it should be the finale of the Apollo Justice game. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm streaming tomorrow. If I am, I'm going to try streaming earlier. Because with the Pokemon Day Direct, we'll see how things go. But don't stream early, then there'll be no stream tomorrow, but we'll see. With that being said, I hope it's a good day, hope it's a great week, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!